All right, we're going to start with the stream, but quick announcement for those who don't know. April 26th, we are starting our Days Gone event, sponsored right here in-house at Make a Path Presents the Map Family. We're going to be reviewing the collector's set for Days Gone, and then a separate gameplay starting April 26th, and we'll go officially through 1 week. And if there's enough support, you guys are liking it, we'll continue. If not, we'll take it around back and shoot it in the fucking head. All right. Wait, hold on. Why did it say the stream cut off? Suspicious. Okay, that was real weird. All right, that was weird, real weird. Hold on, before we officially start, the stream shut off and then cut back on. In like a second. It was when I went to take the overlay off. It looks like we are live, but just in case something happened in the beginning of the stream was cut off, I'll make this quick. If you missed it, April 26th, we're starting our Days Gone event. I'll shut up about that, but just keep an eye out when April rolls around. We're going to be doing a big event for that. And Doomsday Kingdom stuff, I'm going to have an update video this week. However, almost all orders should be at least shipped this month. Really exciting because it's everything. And then we're moving on to issues 4 and 5. So if you haven't gotten notification or anything like that, you know, at the end of the month, if there's any weird order left where we got an address issue or something, we'll personally contact you. But as of right now, your order is safe and it's going to be shipped out. We're down to the last like 100 orders, I think. So we're really chipping away at it. We had new orders come in too. So anyway, getting to this episode, you're going to find a straw poll. If you're new here, it's in the video description. You can go to that straw poll and put your vote in whether you like the episode or not. I'm going to copy the link, and I'm also going to post the link in the comments section down below. So you don't have to look in the video description if you're already here. If you're not here, or you're watching it after, or whatever it is, and you still want to vote, the straw poll is in the video description. Go ahead and vote. When we're done with the first impression review, which I'm about to start now, we will check the straw poll and see what you guys felt about the episode. And if you are new here, we're going to do a first impression review right now, and then we will cut into the fan feedback, your thoughts and opinions about the episode. Now let's dive straight into this because I can already tell I'm outnumbered like a motherfucker. I thought this episode was overhyped like a bitch. I did like it, though. I did like it. I did enjoy it. I consider this to be entertaining filler. I was really entertained. Definitely entertained because I wanted to know about the scars and I wanted to know about more of the backstory. However, let's be honest. The story is unfolding with the whispers, and then boom, we just got this little filler episode here. Yeah, it was entertaining filler for me. The opening, looking for Rick, I think that was a nice setup, especially connected to this episode and the events in this episode. RJ, there's still people out there saying RJ isn't real. Bro, he's real. This has to be officially the end of it. It has to be. It's got to be. RJ is real. So, gate. Henry and Daryl and them get to the gate, and immediately I realized, okay, so the events of the past is going to perfectly mirror the events of the future, and that's going to be the structure for this episode. It was clear as day because Henry's hurt, they show up at the gate, and then it mirrors to the past where Jocelyn, I think that's her name, Michonne's friend, she was hurt, and she shows up at the gate, and I actually really liked that part of it. I liked that dynamic and how happy Michonne was, and she let her guard down, and I really did enjoy that, and the back and forth between them two. It was really nice, and I would assume comforting for Michonne and comforting for us as viewers connected to Michonne. However, later on, she does kind of turn One Note into a one-note villain, which for me, that aspect of the character just kind of fell flat. What else we got? There was missing dialogue. I got subtitles on my TV, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to get them off. It's on the cable box. I even went to this setting and shut them off, and they're still on. However, when Jocelyn says, I need help, and she's about to pass out, there's a part of dialogue where they're walking through the hallway and they say, every place we check smells worse and worse. I just want to throw that in there because for whatever reason, it was cut from the show. You don't hear a character say it, but it's in the dialogue portion. I imagine that was in one of the earlier cuts. Michonne to Lydia, the just walk away part, if you're the danger. I just want to bring this up because I was thinking, you know what? If they want to pull from old material and stick with being true to the character, then if Michonne was the danger and she had to leave, maybe that has something to do with, or that can help explain why she leaves. Maybe. We had another 200 or 300 people just show up. I'm going to put a link to a straw poll in the comments section. It's also in the video description. Check out that poll and vote whether you like the episode or not. All right, moving on. We got the Judith is missing. I was right on the money with the Judith going out to help Lydia and them friends because it just fits the character. But Judith being taken as a kid to explain the setup for the Scar stuff, yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't see that coming at all because we did discuss it on this channel. There was a number of people that said, what if Judith gets kidnapped? What if it was a branding? And no matter how many times I cycled those ideas around in my head, I thought, who the fuck would steal Judith unless it's like a pedo or some shit? Like, who's going to steal a kid for what? And then when it came to the branding, again, I was like, it's dumb. Why would you brand somebody? You brand people so you can identify them. So I couldn't think of what was going on. And in the end, I will admit, it's still dumb. I really enjoyed what they were going for a lot. And I felt like if you take out the Scar aspect, it would have been fine. If we just showed like Daryl's scar from being shot with the arrow and then Michonne's scar in her head from getting hit. They both have different scars, but I feel like they wanted something that was perfectly similar so that way we can build this mystery to it. I still think it was bad. So, oh yeah, Michonne and Daryl jumped. Again, I like where they were going with it. However, it just felt jarring. It felt like, oh, wait, because we've seen our characters down and out. We've seen them lose in mini fights, mini battles. Absolutely. Michonne got taken by the governor just off the top of my head. She got, there was something about how it happened in the show, though. It just felt a little jarring. I do appreciate they were covering a good amount of time, and it was zippy. I mean, they were zipping with it. They got captured. We cut to commercial. We're back, and Daryl already strangled the shit out of someone. Like, they were zipping through it. This felt like 2 episodes that were really trimmed down into one. And I think a part of that, I appreciate we're not getting some extra bloat. On the same strength, it did feel like we were missing a little bit. Like, it was a little clunky. The split up as well. It just gets Michonne out there doing the work. And again, I appreciate what the story's going for, but you're going to split up? Really? Mark our kill our mark. I thought that was so fucking dumb. Unbelievably dumb. Unless maybe I rewatch it and there's another secondary explanation that can help. But it simply was like, okay, we need to explain why there's matching scars. We marked our kill. Now we kill our mark. And it's just like, wait, what? Do you do that with everything? So do you slap a deer on its ass with a fucking brand and then you go hunt it down? What are we doing, people? I mean, just kill your kill. What the fuck are you doing marking the fucker? Anyway, the killing the kids, again, I thought this was an impactful moment like Grove, you know what I'm saying? Similar. But again, it's on TV and it was diluted. And these are negatives mixed with positives because I understand the restrictions with being on TV. I did enjoy what they were going for in concept a lot. Michonne having to kill some kids, I just don't think it translated well. For my personal taste on TV, I can definitely fully appreciate and understand everyone saying it's a 10-10. I get why you feel that way. I absolutely get it. Again, as a concept, I'm head over heels in love with the idea. The execution, it just didn't personally grip me as much, but I can see how others would be in love with it too. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those things where you understand why people love it, but it didn't really do much for you. So you don't want to go full-blown knock it, but you don't want to lie and be like, oh my God, I was loving it, you know? What else we got? The Judith remembers. I put a, yeah, okay. My kid has remembered some stuff in the past, right? And I'd be like, oh man, I can't believe you remembered so-and-so. However, she has forgot so much shit. Like my best friend used to live across the street, and we used to go to every holiday. We used to celebrate every holiday, every single thing. And then she forgets, like, his kid. And it's like, you guys were best friends for years. We leave for 3 months and you don't know who they are? What are you talking about? Like, what's wrong with you, kid? Is your brain broken? What's the matter with you? I'm just kidding. Then I lock her in the closet. Anyway, so I give that a, yeah, okay. Because, again, with my kid, I've seen her remember stuff and I've been shocked. But in the same strength, I've seen her forget stuff that's way too easy. I will go for bat with Judith and Michonne dynamic, where the kid gets the adult to think of something a little bit on the money. Yeah, that's happened in real life where I'm explaining something to my kid. I think all parents have this moment where you explain something to your kid, and then they simplify it in a way where it's like, you know what, life just isn't that easy. It's not that simple. It's a little more complex. And then when you think about the root of it, you're like, you know what, no. And then you make arrangements, you know, in a really general way. I see what they were going for, and I appreciate that. I think it does rear its head in real life, so I'm cool with that. The emotional scene where afterwards, after Michonne is killing the kids like a fucking Jedi, like Anakin, except for now you have more of a understanding of why. Again, I did like that scene, but I was just, I don't know, I was just hoping for a little bit, I think it was the restrictions of TV, you know? And don't get me wrong, I'm not like, oh man, I need to see a kid's head lopped off. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like it was the way it came out. It felt like it was being restricted because it was on TV. I see someone put Jocelyn's death was great. I agree with that one part. I did really like that one part. I like how you didn't give Michonne time to go, no, that's my friend. There was an immediate danger. And another thing I really appreciate, so yeah, Jocelyn's death, boom, boom, real quick, and boom, boom, boom. One thing I really appreciated was how they set up the fact that Michonne has these kids with knives in front of her as an obstacle. She doesn't want to kill, absolutely doesn't. And then the other kids are ordered to kill the kids in the RV. Again, when I break this down into my head, I'm like, wait, what's the rationale behind this? But in the same strength, let's just run with it. The urgency to get through the kids with the knives, again, it's there, it's set up. For my tastes, I don't think it was used enough, but I appreciate that it was there. You know, because she's got to get through the kids. She can't waste time and talk to these kids and be like, no, this, that, and the third, because the other kids in the back are supposed to go in the trailer and kill Judith and the other kids. So I like how they showed the urgency that Michonne just has to stop the bullshit, kill the kids. Unfortunately, they're touched in the head because their teacher, the person that was mentoring them, was touched in the head. Afterwards, though, the emotional scene, I'm trying to wrap this up quick so we can go into fan feedback. I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say. The emotional scene, I felt like maybe some of them don't always have to be that emotional. And it's the one where Michonne and Judith are sitting there on the rock, and they're both emotional, crying, going over the discovery of the episode and how each character is feeling from it. I just feel like maybe that emotional scene should have been more of toned down on their emotions, but still impacting us as viewers. And then in the end, the Whisperers find the kingdom. I think that is a simple, direct boom to set up what's coming up in the next episode. Give me 1 second. Love you too. All right, so all in all, the episode was a great addition into Season 9. I am loving Season 9. I still think the branding is absolutely, utterly dumb just to have a scar for our characters early on. I mean, the reasoning why the branding was there, But I can overlook that to still enjoy an episode where, in concept, I'm at a 10 out of 10. In execution, I'm more like a solid 8 out of 10. I think the acting and performances, especially hard with Judith. I know there's a lot of people that don't like Judith on the show. I think the actor's killing it. For a little kid doing what she's doing, I think she's doing a fantastic job. I mean, out of the world. And again, I think some of those more emotional scenes, if they were toned down to be just... It's hard to say it because what if it's not emotional, what else is it? But like those two characters, the way they talk, have them talk like Judith isn't saying something that she knows is emotional. Like, well, why did we stop loving Daryl? Just have her questioning Michonne more than having an emotional. And again, that's just a preference thing. I really don't think that's going to affect a lot of people either way. I think people who were fine with it here, and then some people who are like, yeah, it's good, but it's not amazing. You're just kind of switching it. It's a teeter-totter. It is how it's presented. But I don't think it's absolutely terrible. I'm going to wrap up the first impression review with that. I hope I didn't miss anything. If we did miss something, I'm going to put the poll down in the comments again. Why does it say error? I'm going to put the... Yeah, why does it say error? I'm putting the link to the straw poll down in the comments. What is that? Error, try again. All right, hold on. How about the chat? It's not letting me put the link in the damn chat. Keep saying error. Sign into chat. What are you kidding me? Chat. Give me 1 second. YouTube is having a seizure over here. Yeah, I'm Ronnie Hayes. I mean, what's the problem here, bro? There we go. What is that? I'm going to check the super chats before we go in. Let me just... Okay, finally. I'm sorry if I didn't notice the straw poll wasn't going in the chat. I just finally got it. I'll put it again just to make sure you guys get it. But the straw poll is in the video description. I'll give it another 5 minutes and then we'll check the straw poll. But the straw poll is in the video description and it's in the comments section. Quickly, if you go look right now, you can see it in the comments section. And click that and vote whether you like the episode or not. I can already guess the straw poll is going to be overwhelmingly like. Again, just because some of these moments... for my personal tastes, it wasn't a home run. I still definitely see what they were going for and appreciate it. And I'll take this any day of the week other than some episodes in season 7 and 8 that I really couldn't get into. So yeah, the straw poll is in the chat. I'm going to read some super chats and then we will go into the straw poll and then we'll go into the fan feedback. Unless I missed something, then I'll go back and cover it. All right. Mike Ramos coming in hot with a $10 dono. Hey, Ronnie, been enjoying your content for years and had great work week, so wanted to finally donate. Haha. Just wanted you to know, just wanted to know, have you ever been to Comic-Con or Walker Stalker Con? First off, thank you very much for donating. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to, but you did, and I absolutely appreciate it. It definitely helps to keep this going. And no, I've actually never been to a Comic-Con convention. I would love to go. It's just financially not feasible. Yeah, what do you want me to... Every year I think, like, man, I would love to go, but it's just a little tricky, especially, let's be honest, even if I had the money to go right now, it's like I got to get a sitter. It gets a little tricky. I mean, I could bring her. I would love to bring my daughter. We could both go. Maybe one day in the future we could both just go. But we got some hurdles in 2019. Once we get over that, I'm hoping for a 2020 Comic-Con. Cody Fitzgerald with a $5 dono. Absolutely insane. Hopefully Pike's next week. I feel like we're getting close. I mean, it's got to be next week. They already set up who's not on the Pikes, if you noticed that from the trailer. And maybe we could talk about that next. Eminem, 3DG Tyler with a $5 dono. I liked the episode, but I was kind of disappointed we didn't get a scene with Daryl and Negan at Alexandria. Haha. Yeah, that would have been pretty good. Kyle B with a $5 dono. I enjoyed this episode. One of the best filler episodes in the history of The Walking Dead, in my opinion. I think a lot of the hate is due to the filler episode aspect. Yeah, that could be a part of the hate. Bryant Martinez with a $1 dono, but no comment. Still, thank you very much for the dono, homie. Alan Chaw, or Chu? I think I'm going to go with Chaw. With a $5 dono. Is Negan's story with the Whisperers going to be different from the comics? I hope not, but it seems the show is taking another path. It could be similar. There's still plenty of time. Don't forget, Negan at this point in time didn't even interact with the Whisperers, so it definitely could be the same. Aaron P with a $5 dono. Do you have family in Florida? Don't be Kyle B. No spoilers tonight. What? Laugh out loud. Hashtag General Hospital talking wise. I love Alpha. Hashtag big old boobies. Do you have family in Florida? Not that I'm aware of, but I know like my family is spread out, but family that we haven't, like distant cousins and stuff, but not that I'm aware of. Thank you very much, Aaron, and also Alan. If I didn't thank you very much for your donos. We got another $5 dono that has no name, and that was retracted. I'm going to assume that one was deleted, but I did appreciate the thought. Turn 'em Sideways with a $2 dono. 10 out of 10 Connie's bum. Make a GoFundMe to go to cons. You know what? I'm gonna go rewind the episode right now. I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not gonna do a GoFundMe right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a GoFundMe to go to cons. I'm pretty sure that we can get there. Besides, there's another update. I need one more day to get some more information, but there's an update coming where we might have a big announcement that's going to be a little big problem in the works coming up. So they were doing renovations around this apartment complex. They're going to be raising all the rents more, and they got a whole bunch of nice apartments coming. So essentially, they're making it a little more high class. So I got to be out of here. So and it's going to at the end of May. So give me another day or two to figure out what's going on officially, and then we'll come back here. So the con thing would definitely have to be on a back burner because I need to handle that first. But I appreciate the sentiment. Fred Wicks with a $2 dono. Hi, bro. What you think of the crap editing? Jarring. Well, here's the problem with some of the editing. I wouldn't blame it on the editing because, unless you mean certain specific parts that you're pointing out, then yeah, sure. If you have a specific moment, we can look at it for editing. But when you're writing a story and you write it like this, they're captured, commercial, they're free. That's not the editor's fault. We can't knock them for that. Again, unless you mean something specifically different, this is a problem with the writing. And again, I'm mixed because part of it is jarring. In the same aspect, like I want to know how Daryl got free. We've seen it 1,000 times in TV and movies, but I just want to see him get free, okay? But at the same time, I don't want this whole episode filled with crap, so I'm kind of grateful that they zip through it quick, you know? Michael McMohan with a $10 dono. I know I pronounced that wrong. McMahon? You've corrected me before. I have a feeling. With a $10 dono. I wish Michonne locked the kids in a room and set it on fire. Laugh out loud. Wish this show was on HBO. Ouch, that would be brutal. Thank you very much for the dono. Anthony Smokes with a $5 dono. Improved ending. Carol comes out of the woods and mows down the kids with a machine gun and says, look at the flowers. Look at the fucking flowers. Yeah, that sure would have been improved all right. I'm joking, though. I mean, I kind of wonder what the thought was with having them split up, which, again, I thought that was stupid. You have a person that is injured, and on top of being injured, she's pregnant, and you're like, yeah, let's just split up. I immediately was thinking, that's kind of stupid. You know, what you doing, stupid? But in the same strength, you can see where a little bit of the weak writing pokes out because it's like, oh, they split up so Michonne is the only one. I wonder why that's all on Michonne. I thought Daryl was going to pop out and be involved in it, but no, he just gets a scar. I don't know. All right, we got a $5 dono from Melissa B. Love you, Ronnie. Your chats are comforting to me, and I tend to agree with 98% of your opinions on the show. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the dono as well. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I gravitate towards that we have like similar tastes, like Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman. Like, we have real similar tastes. I think there was like only one thing where me and Chris Stuckman personally were way off on. Like, he loved something and I hated it. But usually we're pretty close in what we like. But I also like to venture out once in a while and see other different opinions and stuff, just to see if I'm not crazy. And then I go right back to the people I like, who think like me. Echoes. Eminem, 3DG Tyler with another $10 dono. Did Daryl kill any kids, or was it just Michonne? I was confused because Daryl's knife was bloody and there was blood on his face when he came out and saw Michonne. Now that you bring that up, I will admit there could be a deleted scene. I wouldn't be shocked because it was a longer episode. I wouldn't be shocked if they had a deleted scene they took out with Daryl killing some kids, you know? Because there had to have been some more of them, right? All right. I hope you guys all voted. We are going to check the results. Let me refresh this. Let me go dark here. And we'll check the results. So, wait, hold on. I didn't vote. I liked it. Yes, definitely liked it. It's funny. I'm kind of like in the middle here. Like, I love the concept, liked how it was executed, just didn't quite love it. But I will vote. I liked it. The results for episode 914. 45% loved it. 33% liked it. 18% is in the middle. With a meh. I like having that middle one, you know? And then we only got 2% that disliked it and 1% that hated it. Wow. So overall, if you look at this pie chart, even if we include the meh in the negative, it's got an overwhelming positive majority. So that would be about 78. Yeah, we're not going to count meh. I mean, we can't really count that as negative or positive, but the majority, let's say 70% is a good round number. 7 out of 10, I say 8 out of 10. I think that's pretty damn accurate. I think that's a good. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, there I am. I couldn't find my button. I think that's a pretty accurate number there. Okay, so that was the straw poll. Maybe we'll check it at the end. I mean, I think we had a good 50 people add a vote. If you're new here, I'm going to again put the link down in the video description, and the comment section for the straw poll. But we're going to dive into some fan feedback right now. That was my opinions on the episode. For the first impression review is over with. I don't think there's any other updates. Oh, for new people, we have a Days Gone event, and it is the collector's edition has been fully funded, not by Sony or anybody that has ties to the game. It was funded in-house during our live streams from the Map family. That means we're going to review this actual collector's edition. I put the pre-order in the other day, and again, a big thank you to the Map family. It was fully funded by you guys. And then we have a separate gameplay coming as well. I can't wait for that. I really can't wait for that. And also, the Walking Dead fans, we have our final gameplay of Telltale's The Walking Dead. I say a little too much. We have our final gameplay coming this month. I believe someone said it was on the 24th. I'll be honest, I forgot when the last Telltale. I forgot when they said it was coming out. You're not going to tell me either? You son of a bitch. Okay, I see how it is. Oh, well. I'm sure someone in the Map family can look it up and put it in the chat. But it's somewhere around the end of March. So we only have about, if it's the 24th, we have about 7 more days, give or take. Yeah, I did that right? Holy crap. All right, let's read some comments, see what you guys have to say. If you want to talk to each other, go ahead and talk. If you want to talk to me, or if you want your question or comment read out on stream, possibly you can either super chat it or at Make a Path Presents, all one word, and it'll highlight on the screen orange right here. All right, so James, maybe I missed it, but what was the meaning of the branding? Was it just to show the kids were dedicated? I think a part of it was for the kids. You know what I'm saying? I think a part of it really was. But in that, a part of it was the kids, and then another part said you mark your kill, you kill your mark. But again, a part of it was for the kids. A part of me that finds that also kind of weak is, does it matter then where you brand them? I mean, a brand is supposed to be clearly seen. That's why it's a brand. You brand cattle on the ass. That's because when you're chasing cattle, that's what you see. It's clearly visible. You brand property sometimes on the foot. That way it doesn't damage what you see. And I would imagine like certain cattle, certain property like that, you brand it on foot so they can do an inspection and find the brand or the tags, or on ears or some shit like that. It's got to be a common place that you can see. So when they brand them, they could brand her in the back, him in the shoulder. I don't think it really matters. So the fact that they picked the same exact spot, I don't know. I feel like it's a little flimsy. Daryl's dog says it seemed like a bunch of scenes were cut in the middle of it and scenes were missing. Yeah, that was the writing style, trying to get right in the story and rip right out of it. When Herschel Jr. comes back, would you like to see an interaction between him and Negan? I think it is needed. Oh, absolutely. I would love to see a scene where having baby Herschel there just fills Negan with so much shame. You know what I mean? Don't overdo it, but just have him like conflicted and kind of disgusted with himself. Should we be worried about Daryl's next episode? Looked like he was sacrificing himself. I wouldn't be. Are you going to do a skit for the Pikes like you did with episode 701? We need to see your acting chops again, bro. You can see my acting chops, but no, I don't have a skit planned for that. I think doing it 2 times in a row, people would know. You know what I mean? And the only way, or originally the only way I thought that works is if people thought the video was real. Because if I put skit or fake, then you'd look at me acting and be like, what is this fucking retard doing? You know what I mean? Some people probably did, I'm sure. But Irani, coming from John Kurtz. Irani, the last part where Michonne had to kill the kids had me shocked. I think it really improved Michonne's character. What am I doing? However, I find it hard to believe Jocelyn found Michonne. I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. I mean, shit happens. I know one time I went on a school trip. We went to like Washington, D.C., and we broke away from our group. We were hanging around with kids there. I actually found this cute girl with black curls. I thought she was really cute. She was like Puerto Rican or something. And we all went out. We went out to eat at a restaurant. Like we spent the whole day together. I was like, this chick cute, but you know, I'm like 15 going on 16. I'm never gonna see her again. You know what I mean? So then we bounce, and like 2 years later, I ran into her. She bought some pot off me, but it's in my hometown. It wasn't like I went back there. So shit comes around in really weird ways. You know what I mean? Anyhow, Easy Gaming with a $5 dono. Daryl and Michonne split up because if they both got caught, the kids are goners. Do you agree? Terra Beta Baby Wood. What? Daryl and Michonne split up because if they both got caught, the kids are goners. Do you agree? Question mark. No, this is a tricky one because I don't know if I'm reading your question right, but I think the writers had them split up simply to get Michonne out there alone for that scene. But the characters themselves, the logic of them splitting up, I understand you can cover more ground, but in the same time, again, Michonne is waddling around pregnant and injured twice, I think. Wasn't she bashed in the head and branded? It wasn't until after she got cut. You know, so she was injured 3 times technically, but that was after. I don't know what you mean by Terra Beta Baby Wood. I don't know what that means. Uh, yeah, so I'm going to say it was just a writer trying to separate her. Slizzle. Do you think it's unreasonable for a pregnant woman and Daryl to go after the kids? Where are the other men? Yeah, I think it's pretty much a little silly. Scott should have been out there. Aaron could have been out there. I mean, other people could have been out there. Will you be making a bracket for March Madness? I don't know what that means. Hey, Ronnie, if it has anything to do with sports, I don't follow sports at all. Hey, Ronnie, just wanted to say I love your content. Keep up the awesome uploads. Really big things coming up. Coming to the map, I can just feel it. Thank you very much. I appreciate your positivity. With the bad news I was getting as far as having to relocate and whatever, there was also good news. If I could pull it off, or if we could pull it off, I was even looking at in that area for maybe the office space. I'm talking down the line, maybe towards the end of 2019, if things pick up and we do really well, bring in office space, bring in a couple more people. Like I said, we already started expanding the map umbrella. We got DD Gaming's doing some live streams. He's going to be folding into the map umbrella. He's got some gaming stuff, some different things going on there. So it's slow moving, but I'm really hoping this year, once we get over this unforeseen obstacle in the way, and that's a pain in my ass, I'm really hoping that we can keep everything going. Everything's been going really good this year, on the up. Fire Clans, Fierce Clan says, why was it just Michonne and Judith leaving Alexandria, where the rest of Alexandrians could be safe from Pikes? I think a lot of Alexandrians already left. They left in the previous episode. Are you on the Walking Dead subreddit? No, I'm not. I'm really looking forward to some heads on some Pikes. Didn't care that much for tonight's episode, but really digging this season. Keep up the good work, Ronnie. Thank you very much. Striker, from the trailer, Carol and Michonne are finally going to meet Alpha in the next week's episode. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I can't wait. Did we miss any other donos? Turn them sideways with a $2 dono. Alt to DC is 700 miles. Odds of them meeting is crazy. Atlanta to DC is 700 miles. Odds of them meeting is crazy. Yeah, I did honestly forget about the Atlanta aspect of it, but it gets a bit crazy. Yeah, I think I'm okay if people don't like that aspect of it, you know? I think it's up in the air. I personally didn't mind it. Then again, I wasn't thinking about how far it was, but when you think about that, yeah, it is a bit much. Do you see Juliet as Judith? Nah, I think they make Judith a little too old for her. I see Juliet asking questions, and every parent probably sees their kid coming up with questions, and it's like, that's too old, or you're too curious. You know, wait, don't grow up too fast. There's a lot of that with kids. However, kids have a different way of presenting it. You know, Judith presents it as, instead of as being inquisitive, she presents it as factual, all-knowing Judith. You know what I mean? I think it just needs a tweak. And again, that's a personal taste or a preference. Some people love the performance, love the writing, and they're 100% that's where it needs to be. I just think it's a personal taste. Sorry, wait. Anna Gibbs says, sorry, can't stay, haven't seen yet, stopping by to hit that like button. We'll watch later. Thank you very much. Do you think Connie is safe? I'm really starting to like her character. At this time, yeah. Did Scott have a kid? When did he get a kid? Laugh out loud. If he did, I missed it. This episode still didn't explain why Tara and Maggie had a beef with Michonne. Wouldn't Maggie understand having to protect baby Herschel? Well, I think now we know it's not a direct thing with Oceanside or nothing, so I think it just had to do with Tara stealing the stuff, and that's it, you know? Muse, that's a funny way to put it. Can you grandfather in your rent? We did a lease extension already, and I don't know the details, and I don't know exactly. I'm speaking with them tomorrow, but from what I was told, no. I don't know the details on how that works, so I'm going to look into that. I know there is an option. There was some weird option. I'll get over the personal stuff because we'll do that in an update later, but there was some weird option where it's either like a super long lease that you sign into or something else, which a super long lease is tricky because keep in mind, I'm still paying for 2 internet services, and they're both wonky, and they refuse to fix them. The one I pay for the office, they at least are working with me to try to get it fixed, but I shouldn't have to pay for two because the first one that comes in the rent is it's straight broken. We get 1.7 megabytes per second, no less, no more. It's always 1.7. I personally think, conspiracy theory hat, I think they set it up to be weak so they can save money. I don't know how it's possible, but it doesn't make any sense. Even when the people go in the computer to try to fix it, the one girl slipped up and says, yeah, your thing was turned down for some reason. I was like, wait, what? Why? Anyway, so I don't want to stay for another 2 years with that. I can't. So I can't get locked in a 2-year lease, but I'm going tomorrow to see what the problem is. We also have other stuff, again, I'll explain it later, but with my felony, it makes things a little tricky with leases. A lot of places just flat out tell me no, a lot of jobs as well, so I'm trying to navigate the waters with all that bullshit. Yeah, I did it to myself, I'll take it. I mean bullshit with, shit you got to deal with. It is what it is, though. Let me make sure I didn't miss any others. Oh, wow, the chat is really going. Did I miss any others? What was that? Bang. All right, trying to stay fresh here. So if I miss your question, sorry. Try to put another question in. So Aaron and Rosita are safe. They were back in Alexandria after the people went to the fair. So Aaron and Rosita are safe. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Is Rosita? No, Rosita's not there. Rosita was in the flashback. She wasn't in the present day. I mean, if she was, I missed her. She was in the flashback part of it. You're on here excited for GOT to return. Would you be interested in doing deeper intos for it? No. I will not be doing deeper intos for GOT. I won't state it on the record. I would love to do a deeper into for GOT, but it's not going to be episode to episode like The Walking Dead. The deeper intos it's not always like how we do it with The Walking Dead. With The Walking Dead, it companions with each episode. But for example, we have a deeper into with something that has to do with surviving a post-apocalyptic. I'll give you that hint. We have 3 of them in the works currently that are coming out really soon. The next episode of The Walking Dead 905, and then we have one with Stranger Things, that's Bob, and then a surprise one that has to deal with surviving in a post-apocalyptic world. See, they're deeper into the topics, but they're done differently. You know what I mean? If we do any deep dives into Game of Thrones, I can almost imagine it won't be per episode. I mean, it might. You never know. You never know. If they really pick up and get more support, it might. But I don't want to say right now that it is, because then I'll have everyone waiting for next month for deeper intos for Game of Thrones, Easy Gaming, $5 dono. I grabbed my mom debit card just to tell you, Tara, beta, baby doesn't agree with anything you say, but keep up the good content. Peace, brother. Silly. I am excited for GOT, and we will be talking about it on the channel, though. Talks about Carol sitting on the toilet and getting pregnant with Negan's baby. Who's talking about that? In the promo for episode 15, there was a 4th person in the standoff against the Whispers with Daryl, Carol, and Michonne. Who do you think it is? I have no idea, bro. I'm sure it's hidden in there somewhere. Assuming there were no comics. Wait, it's got to be Henry then, right? Assuming there were no, Henry would. I don't know. I got to look at the trailer again. Do you think they still do the scene from the comics where Alpha shows Rick? Yeah, I think they're going to do that, like showing it to Daryl. Yeah, when Daryl says okay to Carol, I believe that is Alpha leading Daryl away to show him the giant herd. In the promo for, we already did that one. You said you missed it, but Scott has 2 kids. If you remember, he was shouting Marcus because he realized all the food was gone. Yeah, I thought he was shouting for the person who was found dead. That the white dude with the gray hair, I thought he was guarding it or something like that. I just didn't put 2 and 2 together that was his kids. And Ronnie, if you move to southeast Michigan, I could get you a Union Road construction job for 28 plus beans. That's good money, bro. I'd probably take that. I'd probably take that. Given the channel's gone, though, if we do that, because I've dealt with road construction, and you're not doing this and road construction unless you got a sweet gig where you only go a little bit here and there. I know a buddy of mine got me in that. I only did it for a little bit, but he did it for a lot, and it was like all day at times, and then there was like 2 weeks he'd be off, and then he'd be on for like 2 weeks straight. The channel would just get buried in the algorithm. But if that job was here, currently around the corner, if I had connections, honestly, right this moment, I'd probably take it in a heartbeat. I need it, you know? This is the Morales cameo. This is like the Morales cameo. I always said I wanted one of our characters all of a sudden to see someone they knew from years ago. People say it's silly, but it's still realistic. You should do a podcast with DD Gaming and his friend James. Matt podcast. His friend James? Do you mean my friend James, the artist for the comic Doomsday Kingdom? Or does he have another friend James? He could have another friend James that I'm not remembering, but we have stuff coming in the future, definitely. Talking Dead just showed that Chris Hardwick was dressed up as the last walker in the scene with Michonne and Judith at the end of the episode. Oh, no kidding. Really? That's cool that he got to be on her. Did you ever buy into the Rick is immune theories? Not at all. Ronnie, is Yumiko with Daryl and the rest? Oh, okay. There you go. So it's Yumiko. I just don't like waiting weeks for new episodes and finish feeling on it. I would love it if I could binge watch the whole season. Instead, might just wait. Yeah, some people do enjoy binging instead. I get it. Who do you think will get piked? I have a whole video up, and my opinions on that haven't changed, if you want to check that out. When was the first time you realized that The Walking Dead was going downhill? Season 6 cliffhanger. First time I really got concerned for the decision making on The Walking Dead was the Negan kill fake out. Yeah, Ronnie, was it me or does Carol look really afraid when she's surrounded by the whispers in next week's episode promo? She looks like she was shaking, kind of. Well, I mean, she could either be acting or like as she did previously, or yeah, she's worried about them. Amber said, hey Ronnie, did you show us how Daryl got the scar on his eye, and did you see one of Negan's wives in the flashback? Oh shit, wait a minute. That one girl in Alexandria, was that one of Negan's wives? It was, wasn't it? I didn't catch that. Hey Ronnie, yeah, see, some of that stuff I don't catch until the second viewing, you know what I mean? I didn't catch. I knew she looked familiar. I was like, wait, I know her. I have to go look again. All right. So that wasn't Negan's wife. And the scar on his eye. Did they show us? I don't even know about his scar on his eye, to be honest. Ronnie, what did you think of the scene between Michonne and Negan? I liked it, but Negan has turned into the Super Grimes family groupie. Super Grimes family groupie? Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I don't get that same vibe, you know. The only one that talks to him is Judith, you know. As far as his stories with Carl and Rick, it makes sense. Judith is, Carl's sister, Rick's daughter, so that's gonna come up. Michonne had to kill her best friend like Rick, plus a group of children. If it was a competition, she definitely won. Damn. Yeah. How many people do you think will be in the Pike lineup, and who are you more excited to see interact with Alpha, Michonne or Carol? Keep up the good work. Love all your videos. Ooh, Michonne or Carol? I'm going to go with Carol. Michonne's leaving, so I'm going to go with Carol. As far as how many do I think will be in the lineup? I think we're getting at least 10, if not more. Carl, and not all known characters, some side ones like Tammy Rose, for example. Season 7-13 had 10.6 million views, but 9.13 had only another. What is the reason for this huge drop? I don't know what you're asking about. Season 7 episode 13 had 10 million views, but 9-13 had only 4 million. Wait, you're judging season 7 and season 9? What's the reason for the huge drop? Bro, season 7 and 8. You know, that's the reason. Yeah. You can't get one exact reason for all those seasons in between, you know? Do you like when Daryl nods at Carol in next week's preview? It's a reference to them handing over Lydia. And then we will see the Pikes after they leave the confrontation. Yeah, I believe we'll see the Pikes when they leave. And do I think the nod at Carol in next week's preview, it is a reference to him handing over Lydia? I have no idea what you mean. I think he's walking away with Alpha. I thought that's what it meant. Do you like telling Carol, I got this? Do you think Negan can kill Alpha in the finale? No, hells no. Is it safe to assume that Daryl, Carol, and Michonne will be the ones to encounter the Pikes, considering they're... Yeah, everyone who's there will encounter the Pikes, I believe. How far into Better Call Saul are you now? I'm not watching anymore. I'm just going to watch the whole thing in one shot, but I haven't picked it up yet since, like, season 3 or something. The Highwaymen will be ones on the Pikes. I doubt it. Think about that. Just think about that. Will a couple of them be on the Pikes? Yeah, sure, filler. But it's not going to be just the Highwaymen. Imagine. This is the biggest build-up to the biggest group of deaths, and we're just going to kill people we don't know that were introduced an episode ago, and they've had like 10.3 seconds of screen time. It's not going to happen. Will a couple die? Sure, but it's not going to be the main thing. It's going to be like an afterthought. Like, oh, wait a minute, there were people. You know what I mean? It's going to be like that. Or else they lost their touch completely. The scar on Daryl's eye is from Lydia slashed him in the face with the hook when she was in the cell. I think the reason I'm getting confused is because... Are you guys talking about a wound or a scar? You know? If Lydia cracked him and cut his eye open and you're talking about a cut or a scar, I think you're confusing me now. I don't know anything about a scar on the eye. I mean, Daryl's always got something going on. So if he has a wound, then sure, yeah, Lydia gave it to him. I haven't really paid attention. Do you think they will show the killings at the fair in the lineup fashion, or will they chop it up like they did for the premiere of season 7? I think it'll be chopped up. Who do you think will get stabbed while she's showing whoever the herd, if they ever do? That's a tricky one. They might not have to do it that way. Well, okay, here's one. Won't the actress for Judith age fast like Chandler did? Yeah, she'll age fast. What they plan on doing with that, I don't know, bro. I really don't know. They're going to just have the same problem as before. How is Judith already better than Carl at killing walkers? Carl could barely kill a walker in season 8. Stryker, Denise Huth said on Talking Dead, the X-Scars served as an indoctrination process and was used to numb the kids to pain since it hurts like hell to get branded. Wait, so the kids got the scars? It was used to numb the kids to pain. Since okay, it hurts to numb the kids from seeing pain. I mean, listen, I'm cool with that. You know, if they want to, if that's how they want to explain it, because like I said before, I felt like it was more for the kids. But again, to my retort to that, does it really matter if it's exactly on the bottom left side of the body? I mean, couldn't they just could Daryl's be on the right? Could he be on his back, his shoulder? It doesn't really matter. Again, I think if that was really what they were doing, they would just burn him fucking anywhere, you know? Don't have a good name, says the official Walking Dead Twitter, like half an hour ago, posted a tweet saying, if you thought tonight broke you, wait for next week's episode with an alpha emoji. Looks like next week is the one. It should be. It should be. I mean, from the synopsis, I think months ago, that's what we were guessing at, or weeks ago. So are the Pikes happening at nighttime next week then? Kind of disappointing. If they are, should be at sunset, sunrise in the comics. Well, no, keep in mind, they're meeting them. They were with them in the woods at night. If by the time they're done dealing with them and they start walking out, and it's that night becoming morning, and you get, one of those types of shot with the sunrise, that's how they would. Just because you see them talking to Alpha at night, it doesn't mean it has to be at night still. They could do it that way, sure, but you've seen them edit in TV and all that quick like that. they could have it start to get light as they walk out. And do you remember last episode when Lydia didn't want Henry's pointed stick? Yeah, I remember that. He started crying. Am I more excited for GOT or Endgame? Got. Are you kidding me? That's not even a question. More excited for GOT or Endgame? You get, what, 6 episodes of Game of Thrones, and it's Game of Thrones. I mean, Endgame, don't get me wrong, Infinity War, I was really hyped for that, but yeah, no, it doesn't hold a candle, in my opinion. Let me get this right. We got 2 direct donos from PayPal. Let me pull this up. Kyle B, just sending some additional support. I'm a full-time caregiver, a special needs individual, and college student. You and DD Gaming help me stay sane, laugh out loud, keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Kyle B. I appreciate that support. I'm glad we can help keep you sane, even though we're not all the way there ourselves. But I definitely appreciate that. And college student, keep up the good work in college, though. Trust me, definitely keep that up. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, this just came in, actually. We got a $50 dono direct to PayPal from... Damn, I mean, it doesn't say if you're allowed. Boom, boom, boom. We'll call you Jay. You have a great channel. Wish I could give more. Hope this helps out. Oh, that helps out a ton. I mean, everything coming in, put all together. I'm not even kidding. I can say time and time again, it's not a ploy. It literally is keeping the channel going. I mean, it truly, truly is. But thank you very much, Jen. I appreciate that. Very generous support. Absolutely. And then we got Chris coming in hot with another $5, almost daily $5 dono direct to PayPal. Always appreciate your take after each episode. Support you, brother. Chris Toss. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably don't. Knowing my track record. I probably do not. Where did we leave off? On the Talking Dead sneak peek, they show Michonne, Carol, Daryl, and Yumiko at the Whispers confrontation. How role do you think Yumiko plays in that confrontation? What role? Probably just be in there for support. Keep in mind, they're all going to be affected by people they know on the thing. I'm surprised Magna's not there. I'm kind of shocked Yumiko's there, you know? I mean, in the comic, wasn't it? No. I could have sworn Magna was there, too. Probably not. Daryl's scar from the arrow in the face in one of the flashbacks in this episode. I thought he got shot in the shoulder. See what I mean? It takes a second watch for me. Out of the Rosita love triangle, who do you think is going to die? Rosita. Will Alpha do eeny, meeny, miny, mo like Negan? Oh, absolutely. All villains do. How is that Alpha's kill the Pike victims one by one? I think in the show it's going to be a combination of Alpha and the rest of them. Just an idea. Can we start the live streams at 10:15 at the latest so that we don't have to stay up late on Sunday night? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm really not sure. 10:30's working out. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I would like to get it starting, 5 minutes after. So, I mean, we're working towards that goal. Wait, why is this refreshing down here? I just want to make sure we didn't miss any. Joven Jackson with a $1 dono, but no comment. How am I missing some of these smaller ones? YouTube has this thing, man. If it doesn't show, I'm gonna be really annoyed. YouTube has this thing where if it's under $5, either I'm missing it or it's not showing it. I could have sworn it showed some $2 ones. This is annoying. It's not letting me go up past this. I don't want to be a dick and miss someone's, but Joven Jackson with a $1 dono. There's no comment, but I absolutely appreciate the support, brother. Aaron P with a $2 dono. I've been bagging for a dude who looks just like you. Bagging. You mean bagging or begging? I'm not really sure. Appreciate the $2 dono, though. Anthony Smokes with a $2 dono. See what I mean? They're not showing me any of these. Maybe they are. You guys can see the chat on screen, but I'm not seeing these. NECA released a quarter scale foot soldier. You gonna pick it up? Ooh, I know. He looks good, too. I'm going to have to pass on it. Eventually, I would love to get him for the shelf, but like I said, crises have came up, and I need to put NECA on the back burner for right now. But yeah, if you don't know, if you're into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, NECA, or collectibles, go get yourself a quarter scale foot soldier. They are pricey. They're like $120, but oh my God, the craftsmanship, the talent that goes into the sculpt. It's like they took it straight out of the movie. It's incredible. So yeah, guys, I highly recommend go get NECA's quarter scale foot soldier. Just incredible. I haven't even seen it yet, but just by looking at the turtles that I got on the back shelf there, the work is incredible. If I was that talented, I would sculpt shit just for fun. You know? Now, I would also try to get paid for it too. Who am I kidding? All right, I think that's all we missed right here. Alan Shu with a $2 dono said, Ronnie, you skipped my super chat earlier. I'm trying to get back in and look, brother. I'm real sorry about that. I don't know how I'm missing them. It could be just me. Yeah, Alan Cho, I have a chat that was a message retracted, and that's the only other thing I see there where you put the dono in. And I read your Is Negan's story with the Whisperers going to be different from the comics? I already read that one. I hope not, but it seems like the show is taking another path. Maybe someone else asked that question, but I said, I could have sworn we read that, and I said that it's definitely likely that they'll continue that, or it's absolutely possible because Negan doesn't show up till later anyway in the comics, so Negan could show up in season 10. If you left another one, it's not on my screen. I don't know where it went. It might not have went through or something, but again, I do have one that was retracted a little bit before you said you missed my super chat, but I don't have anything else on the screen. If I still missed it or if I'm confused, let me know, brother. All right, so let's get some new questions. Why are you so against seeing a cure on the TV show? Because it takes away everything from it, you know? Also, it's not like everyone would be automatically cured. There would still be walkers. Yeah, but it's the solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love zombies. I love zombies. I don't want anything that takes the zombies away. I don't care if it's only one person who has the cure. The storyline there now is cure and then getting rid of zombies. I'm against that. I don't think it does anything at all productive for the storyline, you know? Aaron P. said, I work at Publix, so we bag. I'll admit I have no idea what that is. Striker, how likely do you think we'll see Sydney again? If so, why haven't they shown Oceansiders even a little bit since the time skip? Why wait so long? I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. I hope and I would imagine we see them at the fair. Would you rather have Morgan or Dwight still in the main show? That's a tough one. I've liked Lenny James for longest, so I'd pick him by default. However, story-wise, if I just had to grab one, Rick is gone, so I would take Dwight. You know, put him in the show and deal with his story. Why did I think Kelly was a boy? Because she looked like a boy. Dwighty Boy 83 says, I think tonight's episode was just way overhyped, but it wasn't a bad episode in the slightest, just didn't reach my expectations. I agree with that. Aaron P., I'm not going to do that. I appreciate the suggestion. Start the stream at 10 o'clock and let some people chat amongst themselves. A part of me likes that idea, having it up and running and then checking in. However, we've already done streams where we're like, okay, you know what? We're going to let people fill in, and we get 10 people being like, come on, just start the stream already. So I could only imagine what would happen if we let a stream run for, you know, minutes 10, 5, 10, 15 minutes if I couldn't get there till 10:15 or something. But like I said, I am definitely eventually want to get it down to right when it's over, we get started. I've been getting better and better at it. Like behind the scenes, I'm getting everything all set up, and I'm ready usually at 10:10. But we have this announcement where it's 10:30 all the time, so usually I'm waiting. Tonight I was actually doing something, and I was sitting here for a few minutes just waiting to go live, and I looked up and I was like, oh shit, it's 3 after 10:30, you know what I mean? So I just got it started. But I just don't want people showing up at 10:30 and we already got started after I announced it was 10:30. Anyhow, but if people want it a few minutes earlier, we'll look into trying to get it a few minutes earlier. What is your favorite item on your shelf? It's pretty damn impressive. That's tough, bro. I mean, that is tough. I love pretty much everything up there for different reasons, you know? That's rough. I just don't have a favorite item. I really don't. I mean, I think like The Last of Us Clicker, that's one I can see right behind me. That's one of my favorites. But it's hard though, because you got a statue like that is totally different than saying like an It thing. But I probably love them equally. A little $20 toy, the way the... Oh God, I'm dying. The way the sculpt and paint job on that, it's so like movie accurate for, again, like a $25 toy that I just think it looks so damn cool. It's better than just putting a poster on my wall. So I don't know. Like I both look at them and visually I'm like, yeah, those are awesome. I don't know what the hell I would say if I was like, okay, you can only pick one. Yeah, I'd pick the most expensive one, because then the cheap one you can just buy again, right? You know? Ronnie, do you think we will get a version of Rick getting jumped in Alexandria during the Whisperer storyline and he had to bite the guy's throat out? Will we get that scene? We might. We might. Again, it'll be given to some other character, though. You should get a supporter creator code in Fortnite, so when any of Map family buy a skin and money goes to you and not Epic Games. Well, money still, with the supporter creator code, don't kid yourself, that money still goes to Epic, but they do pay out creators, and I think it's something like every $100 you spend, damn, I forget what it is. They posted it. It was like every $100 you spend, like $2.50 goes to the creator, or something like that. I'll have to go. It's posted. You can go and look at what percentage they get, but it is something like every $100 you get this. And I can't get a supporter creator code. I think I pissed them off way too much. If you actually, I looked. If you go to the application portion and click on it, it won't let me apply. You know what I mean? So on my screen name. So I think they're just mad at me because I constantly criticize them for some stupid shit. AMC cut it to commercial in the middle of multiple scenes tonight and then came back in the middle of different scenes for everyone with DirecTV. We missed so much of the episode. Are you serious? I'm going to watch it on Amazon and see what's up with that. Q&A, do you have a NECA Donald Trump action figure? No, they don't even make one, I don't think. Did anyone else get commercials in the middle of scenes? It happened 3 times to me, wondering if it's just DirecTV. I didn't hear that at all, but 2 people are saying that about DirecTV. I know AMC is doing this really stupid thing where they add a scene for like 2 seconds and then they say we'll return in 90 seconds. Bank of Thunder with a $10 dono. You think Henry could get piked? No, I don't. I know in the comic the pikes happen before Carl is free, but in the show it's after. Alpha could pike him because of Lydia and even use his staff instead of a pike. No, only because what would be the purpose of building up his character to that extent and in that way just to knock him off? You know what I mean? It almost renders a lot of that pointless in a way. So I don't think Henry's going to get piked. He could. He absolutely could. I just think it would be a bit odd, and I would be curious to see what direction the story takes after that. Eminem, 3DG Tyler with a $5 dono. Is there any chance we will see a Daryl and Negan episode where they team up and work together next season? Any chance? Yeah, I think there is a chance. I think it would be cool. Some people might say it's fan service. However, I think it would be really cool because Daryl would not want to work with him. But the simple fact that he might need him in certain situations, I think that could play out well for TV. What if they killed dog and put his head on a pike. Yeah, we talk about that 5 times every week. I think someone asks. No, I think it's silly. Imagine all the human heads and then we got dog's head. I think that's just so silly on TV. When will we find out how Daryl and Michonne got the X scars? Never. That's a mystery that is always going to continue on and on until they discover Rick, and we actually found out that Rick had amnesia and he branded his bitches. And that's how Daryl and Michonne got their scars. I leaked it. I'm sorry. Scott Gimple and Angela Kang, they're good friends of mine. They told me not to leak it. I did. What the fuck am I doing with this all the way up here? I look over all of a sudden and I'm like, hey guys, so yeah, in this episode tonight, what the fuck am I doing? Get down there, bitch. All right. Do you think a kid that ran away from Michonne joined the Whispers or Highwaymen, or did he just die? Yeah, died. Even if he joined them, I don't think anyone's going to recognize him, so I don't think it matters. Would you have liked to see a Negan reacting to Rick's death scene? Nah, I'm over it. Have you had a chance to watch Triple Frontier yet? Oh, shit, did that come out? Yo, I know what I'm watching tonight in bed. I'll probably fall asleep in the middle of it. Do you think many casual Walking Dead fans will be interested in watching the Rick movies if they have to get AMC premiere? Some, and then some won't. I think it'll be split. Do you think Endgame will be the highest grossing movie ever? I think it has the potential, sure. Did you see the new sneak peek? It's basically, I'm not going to look at that. I want to go watch it. I'm sorry, I know it's a sneak peek, but I always, when I watch a sneak peek and no one tells me what it is, I always seem to enjoy it more than when someone tells me what it is and I watch it and I'm all kind of, yeah, I already know what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm going to avoid all that. No, I haven't seen it. I came right to do the video. I haven't seen any sneak peeks. If Henry dies, I'll be so pissed. Why set him up? Yeah, I know what you mean. I agree there. Easy Gaming with a $2 dono. If you could pick one person to get piked, who would it be? If I could just grab one person and pike them? Connie. All fucking night. Oh, you mean for the death scene in The Walking Dead? I would pick Tara. Do you think Ezekiel will get piked? I think so. Totally thought Lydia was going to lick Henry's wound. Maybe she did. Wait, how old is she? I was about to say, maybe he'll lick hers. She's 19. Shut up, chat. Have you ever seen Ozark? Oh, wait, he's minor. That just turned gross. What did you think of the backstory that AMC created about Michonne and Daryl Scar? Did you like it? We did a whole live stream just recently about it. I thought it was the concept I liked a lot. The actual branding I thought was stupid. I mean, if you want to get to what I thought would make more sense, if they just didn't do the branding, if they just did, they each got a specific scar as a wound, and it had nothing to do with brandings. I think that would have played out a whole lot better. Keep in mind, the only reason they had the brand was to build up a mystery to the X scars. That was it. And on top of that, I agree it would be harder, or to add to that, I agree it would be harder to take random scars and then try to hype them up as something. Because then you'd be like, wait, what happened with those scars? But I think there's a way. With clever writing, there could have been a way to get that to play out and get people wondering, wait, yo, what's up with the scars? Did I like the reference to Carl tonight? Yeah, I thought they were good. Dude, what is up with the random commercial breaks? Totally took me out at the moment. The commercial breaks were shitty in this one, I admit. That's just the commercial placements, though. What are you going to do with it? I mean, when they write out the TV shows, don't get it twisted. When they write out the TV shows, I would imagine they don't have it perfectly. But when I was studying screenwriting for movies, I also had to take a course for TV shows as like a backup plan, or as maybe you're into it, so take courses and yada yada yada. So I did learn I think for a TV show it's like the 5-act structure or something like that. I learned quickly I was not interested in TV in that way. I would like to write like an episode one day. That would be cool. Of something. I think that would be really cool. But to do it as like a full-time job, I'm not interested in writing for TV in that capacity. But they have a whole structure to it. When you sit down to write, you do write with the commercial breaks in mind. So it's not like AMC gets the full episode and then they go, okay, boom, boom, boom. It is set up. I'm sure they tweak it, but it's set up in the scripting phase and then the editing, because they have those little black breaks and those moments and pauses. So they know about it mostly all the way through. And again, it is formulaic. You have 42 to 44 minutes usually of episode, and the rest is commercials. I know everyone likes to say, oh, they added more commercials, and they might have added more commercial breaks, but you're always getting 42 minutes of show no matter what. You might have an extended episode where they add more commercials, but we're also getting 3 or 4 minutes of screen. So it gets a little clunky, but we always get at least our right amount of show time. Have you seen the second trailer to Brightburn? Yeah, I'm really interested to that. The second trailer bummed me out a bit, though, because it really shows how really slow and small the movie, the scale is going to be, which I thought that was a bummer. Was Daryl freeing himself from the ropes possibly cut out due to the DirecTV flaw where 5 minutes of footage was dropped? I don't think it was 5 minutes. I don't have DirecTV. I don't know. I didn't see what they saw. Do you think Endgame is the most hyped up movie of all time? No, I don't think so. I think Star Wars coming back was more hyped than that. Now, there's still hype. Relax, people. But I think at that time, it was going nuts. Endgame's a month away, and I don't feel the same hype when Star Wars was coming back. You know, that was all over the place. Forbes called the episode the best in Walking Dead history alongside No Way Out, The Grove, and No Sanctuary. Laugh out loud. I think they are on drugs, or they just have a totally different taste than me personally. Yeah, I'm not knocking the episode, but in the same strength, I didn't walk away from that episode like The Grove, for example. I was like, whoa, you know. Hey Ronnie, loving the Walking Dead chats as always. Will you be doing these same kind of live streams for GOT? Also, you got any prediction as to what the third big shock will be? Thanks, bro. I don't know what you mean by the third big shock. If someone talked about a third big shock, I don't know anything about it. As far as GOT, yeah, we will be talking about them. They might not be GOT only. We don't know that yet, but we will still stream. We will talk about Game of Thrones. Your humor is gold, but do you think somebody has notified Negan about the whispers? Oh, I think it's possible someone's talking to Negan, but they haven't set it up or hinted, so I'm going to say no. Am I the only one that wants clock hour noises during the Pike scene? 1 clock sound for every head? Yeah, probably. You're the only one. Is it possible Alpha could be one of the Pike victims? Sorry, I'm skipping Fox anymore. You're just wasting other people's times for decent question. Will Rick Grimes movies have commercials? God, hope not. Ooh, if it's a movie, I assume not, but you never know. Premiere, you're buying for Premiere. So I want to say no. I want to say no. No commercials. Bank of Thunder. I'm pretty sure that Kang said Henry wasn't a Carl replacement. It would be a twist to set him up as a substitute and kill him, making Carol cut her hair again and go nuts. Sure, I mean, they could do that. I would feel like I wasted my time, though, like they were setting something up. And, of course, she's going to say he's not a Carl replacement because that would clearly scream, hey, Chandler, you weren't good enough, you know? So, obviously, she's not going to say that. I wouldn't say that, and I feel that he was a Carl replacement. When are you playing Telltale's Michonne? Grade A writing and twists. It's unparalleled content compared to this episode. Wow, that's probably the first positive thing I've ever heard for Telltale, the Michonne's game. I don't know yet, but it might be soon or right after. We still have the reviews. Oh, I got to get that up. Yeah, we still got to review all seasons, so we got a couple more Telltale videos yet. Now that we have officially seen RJ playing with Judas and Gracie, do you think the Walking Dead fans will put the RJ's not real myth to rest? They better. Someone said, Ronnie, what the hell? Oh, Ronnie, what the hell do you think Oceanside is? I'm hoping they're going to show up at the fair. Kyle says that loving episodes are subjective and people hate it, people love it, but that's different opinions. Yeah, I don't even think you need to say that, Kyle, because that's totally common sense. But we're here to talk about whether we liked it or hated it. Maybe you saw comments I didn't, but I haven't seen anyone saying, you guys are all idiots, the episode was awesome, or you guys are all idiots, the episode was bad. And look how many comments I'm reading. Well, then again, I'm reading people who are into it because they're tagging me, but yeah, maybe there's people saying that, but just ignore them, because we're here to talk whether we like it or not to say, I'm right, you're wrong. It shouldn't be like that. If this episode had been in season 4, it would have been earth-shattering to fans. We're just at a point in The Walking Dead where you once seen Glenn's eyeball pop out. Not much can top it. I disagree with that, because there's a difference between seeing gore and then emotional impact with Michonne killing kids. I feel like it didn't impact me because the way the scene played out, it felt restricted because, again, it's on TV. I personally felt this episode was one of the worst. It was overhyped and left me with more questions than answers. Everything was stupid for me. What questions you got? Daryl doesn't have the scar on his eye in the flashbacks, but he does after. I noticed in the second half of the season. It starts above his eyebrow and goes down to his cheek. Wait, are we talking about a scar or a cut? What the fuck is going on? Daryl Dixon, season 9. Yeah, are we talking about a scar or a cut? Because I could have sworn Daryl did have like a scar 2 episodes ago. Like a little like pink line, like a... Let's see. You know what song I got stuck in my head? That I'm Only Human After All one? Man, that song was badass. It'd be easier to find if his hair wasn't always covering his fucking face. Daryl, cut your fucking hair, bro. Cut your hair, bro. Cut it off. Yeah, I don't know. Now that you mention it, going down his face, I'm almost pretty sure he had something going down his face, but it couldn't be from Lily if it happened a few days ago on the show. You know what I mean? All right, we're going to wrap this up, though. Any other last good questions or comments for the night? Let me just double-check the Super Chat, and I'll check PayPal again. Aaron with a $2 dono says, are you any more live streams like the 5 Drunk Spree? That's all you wrote. Were you drunk when you wrote that, bro? I think you were. Any more drunk live streams? Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do them all the time. I'm way too old for that shit, you know? But I'm sure I'll be cracking a bottle of whiskey and having some drinks, you know? Someone donated, no, not donated, but said they were going to donate if I was interested, money to buy, because obviously they can't buy liquor. I mean, I would imagine you can and ship it. You know, you're not shipping it to a minor, but somebody was talking about getting I don't even remember what it was, but it had a weird bottle to it. Because I mentioned it I swear I mentioned it in a video, but it's like a vodka bottle in the shape of a skull. An actual skull in a clear glass bottle. And I'm almost positive it's vodka. It's been a while and I forget. But someone in the Matt family was like, I'm buying that, and or you can go pick it up. I'll PayPal you the money, and you got to drink it on stream or something. I was like, at first I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't give a shit. But then I was like, wait a minute. I don't want a house full of whiskey and people turning me into a drunk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. Kyle, we're going to have subscriber gameplay. What do I call it? Playing with subscribers. Playing with my subscribers with a really inappropriate thumbnail. We're going to have those videos coming out eventually. We're building to it, like I said. That is on the I want to get to it list, though. And yeah, whatever. Fortnite, Apex, I'm down for whatever. Why did Michonne go to the fair? Wow. Steven, did you miss the last, 10 minutes of the episode, brother? She went to the fair to be with the people that they love. And to give Daryl and them a ride, if that counts. But it kind of folds into the other idea. Will Morgan ever return? I hope so. Negan would have to help fight the Whisperers, I feel, to earn Michonne's trust. When do I think we'll find out what happened to Heath? Jadis traded Heath to the people who took Rick. So we'll find out what happened to Heath in the Rick movies. And where do I think Sherry may be? Well, at this point in time, Dwight left to go to Fear, so I don't really care. She's not in The Walking Dead anymore. And she's likely dead. Don't you think it's weird how Negan and Gabriel still didn't mention Jadis' helicopter and her trading post? I would say no, but in the same strength, Negan doesn't know that Jadis was with them, right? So why would he bring it up? I'm sure he's going to bring it up eventually, and that's what sends Michonne into a frantic rage, and that's why she leaves. Or I'm sorry, that's one of the possibilities why she goes. I was thinking about compiling a video of when the season's over, of why Michonne would leave. But again, I have so little to go on. We really just don't know. Victor, I appreciate you. Even though you're late, I am not repeating my review. You can, with all due respect, you can rewind the stream. I thought it was great in concept, but I was underwhelmed. There's a quick summary. Thanks for streaming. Well, thank you guys for coming out again and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Why did Daryl say, let me tie him up after being tortured? That really threw me off, because it was a kid. I'm almost positive. It was like a teenager. It wasn't like a full-grown man. If it was a man, he probably would have killed him. Do you think we will see the Whisper? Then again, did he leave him tied up? Bro, what did he do with him after? You know? You think we will see the Whisperers kidnap the Pipe Vic? No, I don't think we'll see all of that. Hints to it, and then the reveal. Do you think Beta will try to kill Daryl next episode? No. I think Beta's brutally honest. He doesn't give a shit about Daryl. There's no revenge. He just wants Lydia. That's his mission. Will you play Apex Legends soon? If so, can we squad up? Oh, I already answered that one. Do you think this episode was overhyped? Yes. We have been waiting to find out what the scars were for months now. Yeah, I think it was overhyped. Keep in mind, it is exactly what everyone said it was going to be, and it was one of the things where I said it can't be. That's so dumb. I mean, no offense, because you guys were right, most of you, who said the first time we saw it, everyone said it's a brand. And I remember when I talked in the other stream, I knew I was fucked on my prediction, because I took the brands when I did my Skull video. When I was editing it, I took the brand marks, and when you line them up, take the one from Michonne, take the one from Daryl, line them up and do transparency on them, and they line up perfectly. So they had to have been caused by the same identical object. We talked about that in another live stream, which made it like it was a branding, but in the same strength, I was like, that's dumb. I still feel like it's dumb. It just doesn't make any sense why they would brand them. It's Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head Vodka, the one you're talking about. Oh, shit. Dan Aykroyd, huh? What, has everyone got a liquor? A liquor product? I met James that was playing the Division 2 with DD Gaming yesterday. You should podcast with them. Oh, I don't think I know James. Is Sherry going to Fear? Wait a minute. Do you mean James? James, like, I think you're talking about my cousin. I think you might be talking about my cousin. Because I think my cousin was, he might not have been playing, because he played Fortnite with DD Gaming a while back. Well, I played with them too. But James is my cousin. How do you feel about all the new groups being thematic? For example, the trash people dressing like, or unless it's a different James, keep in mind, it might be a different one. People dressing like the Highwaymen being cowboys. Personally, I think it feels a little hokey, sorry. I agree to that. Please don't stop these streams. They're so much fun. I'm gonna stop you, Fox. So did Negan say he did tell Judith about what he did to Glenn? Yeah, he said he told her. Will AMC do another cliffhanger to reveal who Alpha killed? They better not. You better stop. That's what I'll yell. Are you going to stop watching The Walking Dead whenever Daryl and all the old cast is gone? It depends on what they're doing with the story. Do you think this episode should have aired earlier this season? Yeah. No, I'll take that back. No. I don't think they should have made a big deal of the Scar thing and all that. I mean, wait a minute. First off, they couldn't do it earlier because the only reason mainly was where it needed to fit in the story with going to the fair and Lydia. Like, so there's no way they could have done it earlier. I just feel like some of the things could have used a tweak. Again, like and again, that's my personal taste. A lot of people loved it, so they got it right. They got a lot of people to like it, so it is what it is. It just wasn't, it just wasn't all the way there for me and a handful of others. But that's a small minority right there. Do you think Judith will let Negan out in season 10 when he goes to the Whisperer camp? She might be the one. Connie is so hot. Yes, she is. Irani, do you think the spoiling dead does a lot of damage of the show? Yeah, I think it's pathetic. I even heard recently that and you guys can let me know if this is true or not, but they charge now for spoilers, or they've been charging for a little bit now. Yeah, that's coming. I'm sorry, I stick with the... And again, I differentiate between fans who are curious and looking into spoilers because they're curious. There's no harm in that, but to be the leaders of a group that accepts huge leaks and spoils, I'm sorry, I disagree with the fact that you're massive fans. I don't consider them massive fans. There's no way I would in a million years go, wait, that's what Rick movies are all about? Yo, guys, listen to this. I got the scoop on exactly what happens in the Rick movies. I mean, if someone came up to me and was like, yo, here's what happened in Endgame, I would do that. You know why? Because they're fun, but I'm not that big of a fan. You know what I mean? I'm not wildly in love with the Marvel cinematic universe. I'll spill the beans. I don't give a fuck. And I think that's why I have that thought. Because for me, I would never spoil Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. If I knew how Game of Thrones ended, I would never put it on the internet. Never in a million years. Because I respect that property and this, that, and the third, and the fan base, and I know it would go around and just ruin it for people. Do you think Negan will kill Alpha or Beta? That's tricky. I think he could kill either one. It all depends on how they remix it. Do you think episode 15 ends with the Pikes, but without revealing who died? I think that sucks the momentum right out of it. They better not do that. Yeah, if you're putting any symbols for attention, I'm going to purposefully skip your comment, though. I get what you're doing, but I don't want everyone doing it in the chat, so I'm just going to have to take your comments down. I just don't want the chat looking all crazy and stupid. You know what I mean? Wait, I actually had the Grove spoiled by them years ago. Oh, yikes. I wouldn't want that spoiled. Any last questions? They're kind of drying up. It's a good time to leave. I think an hour to an hour and a half is a great time for the show. I don't know what you guys are doing. Have you seen The Butterfly Effect with Austin Kutcher? If so, what did you think about it? I liked it. I mean, it had its corny moments, but I liked it. What was the point of branding them? I have no idea. Why were there 2 bongs in Judith's room? I don't think those were bongs. Just got done with the episode, and to be honest, the only part I really liked was Michonne found her best friend from before the zombie apocalypse that ended up being a whack job. I still don't like how she turned into a one-note villain at the end. It was kind of like, here's this setup, and then she was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, it had to be you, you know? My first mid-scene commercial interruption featured a dance club, and it was right after the Jocelyn recognized Michonne, so I thought it was showing us how they knew each other. Yeah, I like the John Wick movies. Do you like the new Endgame trailer? Yeah, it's alright. Not a lot there. Thor missed, though. I was really mad that Thor missed. I thought he had better aim than that. For those who don't know, at the end of the trailer, Thor was holding out his hand next to Captain Marvel's head, and the hammer just grazed her hair, and he caught it. Clearly, he missed. How do you think Negan and the Saviors would have dealt with the Whisperers? And he would have killed them all. Have you seen Ozark? I like Ozark. I like it a lot. All right, so let's wrap this up. Questions definitely seem like they dried up some. Oh, thank you very much, Meowcat Bissy. I think it might be just you, though, but I'll take the compliment. I will take the compliment. Is there any last questions? Characters walk up to the pikes and are in shock. The snow... Then snow. It starts snowing. Yeah, that was a real ugly sentence, Kyle. I agree to that. Well, yeah, why not? I mean, I don't know. It was weird how you... I don't want them to walk up and snow all of a sudden. You know, I want it to be gradual. It's starting up and this, that, and the third. So, yeah, it depends on how you word it. Yeah, it showed them how they escaped. It was so quick, though. They just strangled the guy and got out of there. Ronnie, you think the writer's way of remixing the moment when Michonne found her daughter at the Commonwealth? That could be, very much so. Have a good night. Great stream. Can't wait for next Sunday. Yeah, don't forget, next Sunday right here at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thor doesn't aim for the head. Oh, you're right. He should have learned his lesson with Thanos. Peace, Ronnie. Love you. No homo. Good night. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Do you have a big wiener? No, not at all. With Michonne leaving the show and the movies, does that mean we say goodbye to Judith and her brother? I find it hard to believe that she leaves without them. It's tricky. If she goes, she's not taking the legacy character with her. Maybe she does, and that explains where what's-her-name is for the actor aging. If she's gone, she can't age too crazy. But, yeah, we have The Night Comes for Us. Check it out. Brutal fight scenes. I'll look that up. The Night Comes for Us. That sounds familiar. The Night Comes for Us. Huh. I'm not sure. Let's check the poll one last time before we bow out tonight. And I got to check the PayPal real quick. Just make sure we didn't miss any. All right, so we have 60%. We got new... Ooh, we had 280 total votes tonight. That was bigger than... Let me show you guys. That was bigger than the last two, I believe. We had 60% loved it, 24% liked it, 11% is meh, and then only 1.7% disliked it, and only 1.3% hated it. I think we got more votes for every single bracket, but it is still overwhelmingly positive, which I definitely saw that coming. Even though I wasn't all there for the concept. I'm sorry, even though I liked the concept, I wasn't all there for the execution. We got Amber sending in another dono. Love you, Ronnie. Best content on YouTube. Oh, thank you very much, Amber. I appreciate that support. I appreciate the kind comments. And then again, Jen. Okay, I got you, but again, thank you very much for the whopping $50 dono to PayPal. That truly does help keep this going with what YouTube's got going on behind the scenes, and it's not like it was a couple years ago, at least not for this channel. I don't know what the hell happened, but monetization took a shit quick. All right, thank you very much for the support, coming here, hanging out, hearing my thoughts and your thoughts about the recent episode of The Walking Dead, Season 9, Episode 14. Don't forget, we have a... what would be a good name for this? A gaming event coming up starting April 26th, where we will review the collector's set and then the gameplay. I should put a little warning. This is almost definitely going to happen unless GameStop does not deliver it. And we paid an extra $20 for them to make sure they deliver it on day one, or they refund the $20. So if it's not here, I'll just go down the street and buy a copy, and then we'll give the damn copy away or something. We'll do something, but we are streaming it. if it all goes well, we should review the collector's set on that day. But come here for that, and at the end of this month, we're going to do the last episode, a live stream gameplay of Telltale's The Walking Dead, now Skybound's The Walking Dead, the final episode in Season 4, and that's the end of Clementine's journey in the video games. Thank you very much for hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you thought you were subscribed, check again, because we just found a few dozen people when we were doing the next drawing for the giveaways. We found a few dozen that were not subscribed, and they were subscribed to the Ronnie Hayes channel. One was subscribed to all the other channels that are connected except for MAP. So definitely double check and make sure you are subscribed. Thank you for the donos and PayPal, and then the donos and Super Chat helping to keep this going. I will see you here next week. I'm done talking, so it's your turn. After this is over, put your comments in that comment box. What did you think of the episode? This is for people watching it after it is posted, being live. What was that? I was like, I don't know what I'm saying. Good night. Block those eyes. Cover it up. Put your mask on. No, that's a fail. Oh, and I love yous.